Hiya Toys has found the perfect way to celebrate the weekend of Godzilla's 70th anniversary by putting up a solicitation for their Monsterverse Kong with the Beast glove from Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. So here he is. We got our first look at this figure back at Wonder Festival, him in the superhero landing pose. Did they get it here? Yeah, this is the pose that we first saw him at the booth. And yeah, so the solicitation's here, and right away you may notice he has the silver tooth. We did not see the silver tooth in the first release, and some folks were worried about the second release, if it was going to have it or not, and sure enough, silver tooth is present on the figure. In terms of accuracy sculpt, the Beast glove looks really, really good here. I feel like this is a tricky piece of equipment to get right for an action figure. If you have the Playmates toy, you know the articulation at the elbow is not that great, but it appears here that Kong's range is not inhibited too much. I'll be very curious to see if he can get to a 90-degree bend. I don't know if there's any images here showing him at a 90-degree bend, but it does look very, very nice. Now, in terms of accessories, here we have Kong. He's got alternate hands for both his normal arm and the Beast glove, and he has the same 3 heads that the Axe Kong from a couple of months ago has as well. For me personally, I feel like this is a really big missed opportunity. The fact that he has the same 3 heads, 2 of which are identical, one has got the silver tooth, so that's, I guess, a little bit of a differentiator. I kind of expected Hiya to include at least 1, maybe 2 new head sculpts with this one. You know, maybe he got the smirk from when he punched Scar King or something a little bit, you know. This is just like varying degrees of angry, right? Like it's like stoic, not too bothered, a little bit bothered, and then very, very bothered. So I feel like there was an opportunity to put a little bit more into the package in terms of different facial expressions. That being said, it's $51 US. I still think that this is a good deal. But for the folks who have gotten one of the first Monster Arts Kong figures, you know, there have been 3 releases of that so far. There was the first Kong that Hiya did from Godzilla vs. Kong. You know, maybe people are axed out, and then this is the one that they want to pick up instead of that first Kong. I think I think that that's a totally reasonable place to come from. You know, if you have an axe Kong, if you have a Kong axe lying around, you can recreate this pose without needing to pick up, you know, this figure. So yeah, for me personally, like I think it's a good deal, $51 US for this Kong. But there's not, how do I say this? I wish that there was more of a differentiator between these 2 releases that actually just felt like, you know, I was going to be getting my money's worth, because if I pick up both of these Kongs, I'm going to have 2 head sculpts that are just, they're going to go into a box and they're never going to come out again because I'm doubling up. So, you know, the value proposition there is not the greatest. I'm not the happiest about that. But all in all, the sculpt looks great. The posability, articulation looks to be a very solid release twice over. So in terms of release, 2025 Q2, this is looking to be the next quarter after the Axe Kong, which is 2025 Q1, but $51 US. So solid deal. Yeah, I will put my INS Hobby link in the description if you would like to order through them and support the channel. If you order from INS Hobby, you get this figure upon its domestic release in China, which is approximately 3 to 4 months before its release through North American distributors like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. And yeah, I'm very curious to hear what you think. Like, is this something you're really excited for? Do you think the package could have been a little bit sweeter in terms of accessories? Or are you planning to skip this release entirely? Let me know. Very, very curious. Happy Godzilla Day weekend. There's going to be some really exciting announcements later today and through the weekend. I hope that you and your wallets are ready for all that. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.